Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Leila Muhandale. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe, like and share. Today I am going to speak about why I decided to vie as an independent candidate instead of vying through a political party as I had earlier promised on my other video. The reasons as to why I decided to vie as an independent candidate, one is because I was new into politics. I had never been involved in politics. In my other life, I had never thought that I would be in politics. So I didn't even know anyone who was in politics that I really knew on a one-to-one. So I decided I would go independent because I thought no one would actually believe in me when probably I would go to a party, because I was pretty small, I was pretty young, and I didn't have any information on politics. The second reason was that vying as an independent candidate had just been put into the constitution. And the reason as to why this was adopted was because so many people were missing out on party nominations, yet they had the capability of being good leaders as compared to probably someone who won the nominations on a party ticket. So the fact that parties sometimes denied people that opportunity, it was thought it's better off if someone decides to go to the general elections, let them vie as an independent. Probably they stand a chance there as compared to being in a party. The third reason is because I was a lady, I was a young lady and a woman, and so many things are said out here about women in politics, on how they're not given equal chances as compared to men, on harassment. Not every other party, I'm not saying this happens in any party, but these were hearsays and these were rumors. So, and you know, in every rumor there is some truth. So I decided, since I was young and you never know what might happen or what might be demanded of you, so that I don't go through such struggle, let me just go as an independent candidate to avoid so many issues. And that really worked out for me. And fourthly, I wouldn't say I didn't try to get into a party. I remember the first party that I tried to get into was Labour Party of Kenya. But you know, in Kenya, regions have like their own political parties. And in 2017, when you came to Western region, like it was NASA. The song was NASA. If that party did not belong to NASA, then your chances of winning the elections were very small. So like, and LPK was part of Jubilee. So I decided, no, I can't go that way, because I knew I couldn't get an opportunity with ODM. ODM is a big party. It has its own people. You know, a party is owned. People own that party. And so even if I could come with these both parties, but as long as it's not affiliated to NASA, my chances were so minimal of winning the elections. So I decided, let me just come as an independent person, because being an independent person means you are a little bit of neutral. So no one knows where you stand. Are you supporting NASA? Are you supporting Jubilee? No one really knows. So you are selling your agenda straight to the people. You're not telling them about parties and all those things. You're just selling your agenda and how and whatever you're going to do for them. And it really worked for me. Fifthly, parties are very expensive. I don't know if you guys know, but once you're in a party, you have to pay some subscription fees. And when you're going for a nomination, it's like you're going for another general elections, because you have to actually campaign within the party, so that you're able, when you hold the nomination elections, you're able to win. And with that, actually it makes you spend so much when it comes to elections, because you will have to spend so much so as to win the nomination. Again, you will have to spend so much so as to win the general election. So, and I didn't have that all that money to spend. I was new into politics. Of course, where I got my money was from friends and some other ways that I will tell you in another video how I was able to get money for my campaigns. So I thought it's going to be a tedious exercise to go through nominations, then through the general elections, and it was also going to be pretty expensive for me, of which I didn't have that money. So I decided, no, I'm not going the party way, let me go independent. Sixth reason is, we women, when you're in a party and probably you want to go through nomination, you're told to step down for a man so that the man can go through the general election, and then you are promised that you'll be nominated. But nominations comes with its own disadvantages. Like right now when we're in the house, I am given more opportunities and I'm more respected than the woman who is nominated. Because what people perceive is that this woman might have been in a party and she really worked hard to see the party through, that the party won the elections. But once she comes in, some of these elected people and the people outside, like, they look down upon them. They are like, you did probably something shady so that you're nominated. They just don't think you can be nominated genuinely. Probably it happens in some cases, but I didn't want people to look at me like that. And also I'm that lady who wants to fight for my space, and I'm like, what a man can do, a woman can do better. So I didn't want to be nominated anyway. I just wanted to be voted in, and by being voted in, at least deep inside you, you wanted to become a leader, and you owe those people that voted you in everything that they asked from you, especially when it comes to development. So I thought being nominated, I wouldn't have much say and I wouldn't be able to do so much for my people, because as you know, once you're nominated, if probably there's a kitty for the office you get, a nominated has no kitty, an elected has that kitty to help the people. So even if you're nominated probably to represent the youth or the women, there's nothing much you can do because you do not have those funds to facilitate. And yes, for many women, being nominated has really helped them to actually get elected, because they use that opportunity to find a way on which how they can be elected in probably the next election, because it's not easy to get nominated twice. It's not an easy thing that can come by. And also, I decided to Vied because I would have depended on nominations, and you're not sure. Nominations are tedious. I'm telling you that list, because there's always a list of how people are going to be nominated. So maybe your party loyal, how you're loyal to the party, how you pay your subscriptions to the party. So that's how the list is written. So how it's chosen, like there is a criteria by which people are nominated through their parties. So when they come to the party list on who to nominate, they will start with the first one. So probably you're number 60 and they're only nominating 20 people. So if you're number 60, you won't get that slot. And this list change through the corruption in Kenya. So I didn't want to go through all that frustrations, and I wanted to try it out. Let me Vied. If I go through, then that's God's will. If I don't, there's always a next time, or that's not my path. And thankfully I was able to win. So I thank my God. I'm sure there are so many other reasons that people might have, but as for me, those were my reasons, and I don't regret. And I will tell anyone who is young probably and you don't have money probably to get into parties, because as I just told you, parties are pretty expensive. You have to pay subscription fees. Even you can actually win the nominations, but just to get the nomination certificate you have to bribe the secretariat. Not every other party, but there are some parties that people have to go through such. Those are basically the reasons as to why I decided to go independent.